Pentacode now. It's running off the live CD on a desktop PC down the hall, and I'm not sure how stable that is for configuration. The machine went down yesterday. I have no idea what happened. I needed to restart it this morning. But it seems to work now, and I guess we can just hope for the best. But it actually, I tried to save some memory because I think it can easily run out of memory and trouble.
This is not supposed to be the final server.
No. Okay. Yeah. So Alex sent out an email yesterday telling you about this already, and he points to.
Actually, meant me, not him.
Hmm?
You meant me, not him.
Is that Alex?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And Axel was pointing to my fancy web page, which is this. And right. And so we tried to set up accounts for all of you already, and I hope we didn't miss anybody. So you basically should be able to do what it says there, and by that check out the Pentacode by Subversion. And that, right, and the password is, you need a password, and that is CBS to SVR. That's the password you need. Okay, and there's some, so I thought I'd give a quick introduction on how this works. I'm by no means an expert on Subversion myself, but since it's actually very, very similar, the basic work cycle, it's actually, I think I can actually do this. And so there's some documentation on the web. There's the SVN book, which is very good. It's basically, I think, contains about everything you possibly want to know. Lots of stuff, fundamental concepts. In particular, what's useful is the basic work cycle, SVN, working to make changes, examining changes, commit changes, and so on. You can see that these commands are basically, apart from move, which doesn't exist in CBS, revert, which doesn't exist either, as far as I know, and resolve, they're all very much the same. And there's even a guide that tries to address people who come from CBS and want to migrate to Subversion. That's also fairly useful, I guess. Okay, so then let me show you how this basically works. So
Maybe directly, which is different then. Ah, you have.
yeah, so I've got two users now. It's me and Wolfgang. And so I check out the code. There it is.
Okay.
So this is a bit slower than the CD.
I don't think it is in reality. I think that has something to do with the setup.
That's probably the problem with
I mean, our server maybe is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
And that works by the way for Macintosh too?
Yeah.
Can Petri do that? Works for you, right?
I seem to get connection refused.
Yeah, I get a connection refused also.
What?
Connection
I think
refused.
that's important to check that out. I mean, to make sure that such problems are really
Yeah.
now
That-
resolved.
that-
That's
that's
really
strange, that's
really
strange.
strange.
What if you use a proxy server? I normally use proxy server if I go. with the
But that you
browser.
configure in the browser, right? Or is that
Yeah, but now
Active.
you need SVNCO, and this one probably has to, if that uses HTTP, I bet that has to go over the proxy server also. So how do I specify proxy server?
but why would you need to specify proxy server?
I need
You
that
have to
for
get out
browser.
otherwise.
I need that for HTTP access. Or yeah. If I open a browser from that computer, I have to set a proxy server. It's the only way I can get out through HTTP.
See, but why do you need the browser, by the way?
I don't need the browser, but I guess this uses HTTP. When I do SVN,
Yeah,
that's the HTTP protocol.
right.
Then I need a proxy server.
I don't understand why you need a proxy server and I don't.
What do you mean you don't?
Because you never use, you never need.
This is a completely different.
What
Oh, you mean on the net? Oh.
And which computer are you now? On your laptop?
No, I'm not here. I'm in Germany.
No, it's working.
Well, why don't you check it out on your laptop?
Oh,
Oh, right, okay.
This is fine.
Oh, I see, now I see, okay.
There's one computer in Germany where I need a
And,
proxy server.
and for
But
you,
I'm working from here.
In your docs,
and you're working from here and you get access to
you now
it?
should have.
I get connection
You
with
can configure and there should be comments.
Are you sure you got the right idea?
130 to 42,
That's the
129,
directory.
Okay, so these are two problems here that we should maybe work on in the break. I mean, these are the two people here who have the funny system administrator who are causing the problems with CVS already. Apparently, this is a Trevor case in your case, and in this case it's a Queen Mary.
This is a clean problem of using a proxy server.
I see.
No, but I'm not working from Queen Mary, I'm
Oh.
working from here.
Sorry, there's, no, that's actually correct. Here's a
Oh, that's
mistake, you
Yeah, I
actually
copied
replaced
this
that
one.
by HTTP. Yeah, so I mean, proxy server, of course, if you need to jump through hoops to actually get an HTTP connection from some machine, you would have to do the same in order to access the SVN
Yes,
repository.
but that's documented in the freaking out.
That's what you can do. That's
I think you should just go ahead.
Continue, yes, because we want to have a break in 18 minutes.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I mean, I think that's basically software for everybody. I don't think there are any additional security measures
So you want to
that I've
demonstrate?
taken by accident.
You want to demonstrate a few of the
Yeah.
tools, or what do you
So,
want to
right, so I've checked out, and I'm going to do the same. Let's see. Maybe this one's better.
we have two people from the same machine.
Okay, now let's see what the basic looks like in the documentation says.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go into source directory. Should be. Well, let's say
Include a bug. Include a collision. Produce a collision here. Right? Maybe?
Okay, right. So now I can actually see SVN, what I've done. So this is
Without accessing the server.
without accessing the server. So you can, you can check out the code and go on an airplane, make a edit, and this still works without internet connection. The format is slightly different, but I guess you can. The nice thing about this is you can actually say something like, I mean, this might be good, but you can actually say something like this, patch, and then you can send this patch to somebody, and that can be easily applied with a usually patch command.
The normal Unix touch
for people who know how that works.
Touch
Yeah.
C or something.
Yeah, because that's a standard diff format.
But
Yeah.
so CDS is also using standard one. I actually
Okay, yeah.
use in this way
Right.
and even we have
Okay.
that and now
Okay, fair enough.
And by the way, if you said diff, you can also do it without saying entropy, maybe, right?
Sure.
And
And
then
then it gives me all the changes, which of course are only in entropy.
It's the same in this case, yes.
So that's all very much the same. Now go to this user here.
So we are at version 7790.
Yeah.
There's only one
And
version.
now, and now I think, I haven't tried this, but what is supposed to work, I can svn status, that doesn't tell me anything, but then I can say svn status minus u, and then it actually talks to the server and tells me what probably, well, did I actually commit? No, I didn't, oh sorry, I didn't commit. No, of course, now I need to commit. Yeah, so this is again with the same syntax as in CBS. For the most part, you could actually alias CBS to SVN and. No, really. I mean, the basic, most of 90% of the command that I use, or 95, would work without modification. Okay, so check in. Okay.
And the entropy
So-
module has its own revision number.
Hmm?
The entropy module
No.
in this case.
No, this is
also
the
its-
overall. So if you, this is the overall the revision number of the whole thing, of the whole.
Of the whole thing, but you modify the entropy module in this case.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? And then, what is the number of the revision number of the entropy module?
Yeah, everybody has the same number.
Everybody has the same. Yeah.
Everybody has
So
the
if you
same.
if you say this, svn log, which by the way is also of course the same command, you see my last commit,
Okay.
and then you see the previous commit, which is actually 12 versions numbers before.
That's nice.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Very good information.
So I actually like that because
Yeah, I like that.
because I mean, for example, this morning I was looking at this bug, which I knew was included. What was happened when Toby fixed another problem, of course. So I knew exactly when it happened, but I didn't know in which module it happened. So and then I went actually to subversion and was looking for the changes
Oh,
that
right.
happened around a certain time.
Yeah. By the
And
way,
then I found out which routine it was.
by the way, this
That's not possible with CBS actually. So I think there's actually a major advantage now.
By the way, this conversion tool that Wolfgang and I used to get the CBS repository from SVN, that is actually very nice because we have got the entire history, of course, as Axel just said, in
Yes.
subversion. We haven't looked basic. I mean, I don't know. There may be some glitches, but most of it is actually there. So we may, we have basically the entire history in subversion.
Except for the branches which you did not
Yeah,
even try to
Right.
incorporate.
Right, okay, so what else about, okay. So I've committed this now, my change, and now I think, this still doesn't say anything, but this should basically do something. Yes. So that tells you, without having updated, you actually see, okay, if I update, on the server there's a new version of entropy.f90, and, if I have modified entropy f90 myself, I should be careful.
You committed from the Doubler account, and now you're in the Tihaina command.
Right, exactly. So I've committed here, and
Maybe you should move that window to the right,
Yes.
so we visually see where you are.
People need to know that you need to look at the cursor, of course, to know which user you are in. So
Just align the window with the right border of the screen rather than the left.
oh yes, yes.
and this is your user, of course.
Okay, so I'm right. I'm walking left. Okay, so let's not update, but instead produce a collision or finalize the production of the collision. Let's see.
Yeah, there's no
So where did I do this edit? Everybody.
Does it tell you not the line where it happened? In which you do the CBS diff or something? Or yes?
Oh yes, maybe. Ah, no, here's still okay. Equation is increase n by. Okay, this should be it. And something which that's a bit counter misleading now, but okay. Right. So let's see what happens now. Status against.
If you try to commit by accident.
Ah, okay. So now there's an M even. Yeah? So it tells okay. There's a new version on the server, and the one that I have is actually modified.
Yes.
Okay. So then I update.
Collision, yes.
Oh
See?
shit.
What? That's what I wanted.
Got a collision.
What? Yes. Oh, great. What is the collision?
Okay. Right. So these are the indicators where the collision is. Again, same as the TVS. Right. So subversion handles this a bit different. Now there are actually 4 files now called entropy F90 called this. Yeah. So entropy F.F90 is the one that contains the collision markers, yeah? What you just saw,
Yes.
which doesn't actually compile it. Entropy.F90.mine is the modified version of mine before I did the update. Entropy, and entropy.F90.R blah 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 are the previous version and the version on the server. Yeah? So you have all this information available, and you can actually that might come in handy if you have a complicated conflict to resolve. So you can actually see okay what's been modified and so on.
And you can use a merge tool like VIMDiff, EDiff, you use K3diff or whatever.
Yeah.
To work with these separate files and merge them.
Right. Okay, and so what you now do, so this conflict is of course not very hard to resolve.
Can you say, this is what, as we discussed yesterday, if you now say, hey, wait, if you now say resolve conflict without actually having done it, if
Yeah.
you are doing this by accident,
Yeah.
can you see what happens? So if you
Let's,
have
oh yeah, so let's say I check this in now without actually.
No, you say this resolve thing. CDS.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, okay. If you say okay, maybe I should do this first and then talk about it. Yeah.
Okay,
So that people. Okay. So I forgot what I have to search for. Oh, there. Okay. So this seems to be the right way to resolve it. Okay, so this is resolved now, and in order to get rid of the, so if I do, okay, if I just say CVS check-in now, then subversion complains that the file is still in conflict. Of course, subversion doesn't possess, it doesn't have the artificial intelligence to actually, find out about valid Fortran IT code and whether what you've done actually resolves the conflict or not. What you have to do in order to get rid of this is say svn resolved. So you have to tell subversion explicitly that the conflict is now resolved. Yeah? And then subversion does that, and it got rid of all these additional files, entropy.mine and so on. Yeah? And now you can check in. Yeah? And of course, Wolfgang can update. And that's how it works. Right. So SVN revert, I think, I don't know, that might be useful as well. If you do, some rubbish here, then you And you do lots, let's say you do lots of changes and then you find out, oh, that's all crap and I want to get rid of them, then I think you can just say svn revert entropy.f90 and then it's all gone.
Did it make any backup of it?
I don't think so.
So
We should probably be a bit careful with that.
Can you do an ls entropy start with this revert?
Yeah.
So you need to be careful.
Yeah, you should be careful with that command. Yeah.
It's a replacement for removing the file and the CVS update, which is some sort of an abuse of the update command. Also, it's also not often done.
Yeah, so this I think doesn't talk to the server either, right? Yeah. So you can actually, you can basically, you can revert, you store your copies without talking to the server.
Yes.
Okay, update resolve, we had that, right. And then, okay, so I guess that is basically clear how it works, yeah? The basic stuff you need. So there's one additional feature, one of many, I guess, which is svn lock. And I don't know how useful that is, but as I understand, you can say svn log entropy.f90. Well, no, you can't. Well, okay. So I don't know. Maybe I just read about it. It sounded useful, but I think it's basically if you let's say you do lots of complicated changes, and then you actually don't want anybody else to modify that file within a certain time frame until let's say you want to go from in our case we go from ionization to EOS, and there are lots of infrastructural changes, and it would actually be nice if during the next 6 hours while we're working on this nothing else happens to certain files, and then I think we can say svn lock the files that we're working on, and then nobody else can modify the commit anything or so.
I see.
And when we do this, commit, and then we say svn unlock. So that's also.
You can do something like that with CVS as well, I think. And we never use it, and I think few people actually use it, or it depends a lot on the workflow, but many people don't use it because what if you forget to unlock and then you
sure.
it off for the weekend or something?
Yeah, sure. That's the problem about it. Yeah.
But it should work like this.
Yes, it should. That's probably a relatively recent addition to Subversion. That's my guess. So Axel's version doesn't have it.
Oh right, I see. Okay.
I'm just guessing. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's the online help is actually pretty nice. You can just say svn help, and then you get available commands, and so I don't know how to. Oh, yeah. So to say a good bit in the beginning, and then you can simply, if you want to find out about what command like svn status does, then just say svn help status, and tell you everything about it. All you need to know.
I got the message is if I try to lock, it's not under control. The entropy file. What does it mean?
Did you write entropy.f90? Did you use the right file name?
That entropy is not under version control.
What?
In my checked out. Is it only possible to lock my own repository on my own laptop, or no?
I actually have no idea. I haven't used this feature at all, so not sure how to.
So I get block fail new version. Okay, I have to update it. Entropy.f90 macht by users over. And now, can you try to change it?
All right. Okay, so Wolfgang has locked the file now, and I make some changes.
If it is a newer feature, the question is your client
Recognize it, but
Perhaps I'm just on the lock.
Who's modified Hydro? Okay, so Wolfgang has locked entropy.f90 now, and I've changed it, And I want to commit now.
Can you first do status minus view to see whether there's any state? Okay.
Oh, you changed it already, it says, yeah?
No. Well, that means that I've changed entropy dot automatically.
Yes.
Locally modified.
Yeah, locally, but there's no star, which means there's actually no new version on the server.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I check in, and it says I can't check in because the file is locked.
So it knows that. Okay, that's a server.
Mhm.
How
So you told the server to lock the file.
If the server supports locking, even if your client doesn't.
Yes. So that's another reason
And
not
then-
to use it.
But you still have no idea who actually locked it, right?
That's true. Well, I guess, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a could well be that there's a way to find out. I don't know.
Maybe I have a head, of course, under CBS. Also, these locks work more or less by accident all the time. And send me a message that, could you please remove the lock file? I accidentally did something and it locked it.
Yeah, but that's unintended. I mean, that's not really. That's some
exactly.
broken commit.
Strange, right?
So if you do svn info minus r add file name.
But maybe it says.
Minus r and can somebody with a more recent find try this?
You can also go on
What
Nordita.
about minus u?
Log onto another machine remotely from here.
Doesn't have lots of options.
Yeah. Information locked owner group.
Alright.
How do you get that?
Owner, it says owner is him?
Yeah, locked by Logo.
How do you get that?
So it looks like you should upgrade your computer.
So revert it again. You took it for good.
Okay, so I'm not.
Yeah. Can also some superuser otherwise unlock? I mean, you must never come to unlock such a thing. And by the way, how would we need any access to the? I mean, like me, access to the actual repository? Or is that something that we can completely forget about now?
But sure you can.
The business about copying the whole repository with each other.
No, I mean, whether I need to do any management or whether that may be useful for me to know about.
Well, you can have access.
And it's very much the same as before.
It should.
Some files simply with it on V or something, comma V.
No, it's different.
That's different. It is files, but the version should be designed such that you don't need to ever work with the repository, the live repository itself.
Okay, yes.
And all these systems should be, but with CBS it turns out that there are some things that you can only reasonably do when you directly manipulate the repository, but they must have learned that lesson, so
Yeah.
should be able to avoid that.
All right, good. Any questions regarding this? And or first comments regarding this? Yes?
See, I tried to commit both entropy and hydro, while Wolfgang had logged the entropy. It does accept the hydro, but not the entropy. So does the revision number change? I'm not sure what exactly happens.
If it does accept hydro, then the revision number has changed.
That's of course not exactly.
But it's not like it stops you in the middle. It just committed one and
Just committed one, the other one is stopped.
And can you verify that that there was a change in height?
Yeah, that was.
Wow, but this is like a bug.
Well, it's a question. I don't know. Depends what
It's
you
not what you
maybe.
call bug. It's okay because only the entropy file was locked. So
But I don't think you want to use this lock thing very much.
No.
Sure.
Maybe we can. Maybe one can even disable it and then on the server side.
And now, is it true that there's, first when you said log, I understood log is a G.
Oh,
So is the log command, that's just with the log file name normally, or can you also put a file name?
both.
Toby had used it before with the file name, so you get only the changes listed
Yes.
that involve entry
Yeah.
of 90.
Yeah.
So you
If you
can.
then do that, then you get all the changes.
Yes.
So if I do S, sorry.
Which is nice because I think with CVS, if you have committed several files in one go, you'll not get something useful out of doing CVS log at the top level because you'll have to wade through many duplicated messages and so on.
Yeah.
So here you really have that one linear history that is
Yes.
indicated, marked by that one revision number, and that makes a lot of sense.
That's really good, I think. What does
Yeah, so this is the output
Pura
of
say?
SVN log.
Okay. I cannot test on my microphone.
No?
No,
It's
I don't have a clean.
That's
You
another
use string.
Why
Petty
not?
has the same problem,
You
right?
can find it.
Yes, I have to feel
What?
it.
You can find it easily on the web.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
I think
Or
that's
just install it.
so we begin to see a little bit of problems that SVN is not so popular, not as popular as CVS perhaps, or not?
Well,
No,
CVS
it's-
not use install by default either, so.
Oh, I see, those are the same
it's
things.
fairly easy to install SVN in Mac.
Yes. Okay. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I think maybe it's okay then to move.
I'm waiting an answer from the administrator system because I can't connect to crypto and I have asked you if it was possible. I'm waiting, so
Yeah?
when you will be awake because there is a shift of
Yes.
5 hours.
But, you can, but that's another interesting question, of course. Whether one can, what kind of, that's a Linux machine.
Yes.
And then one can, of course, maybe just copy some executable to your machine.
It's not my machine. I don't have the authorization to do what I
No, but
want.
no, you put it just on your home directory.
So I have to see with the administrator.
No.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm sure you. I mean.
You see, so there is a politics about the way things have to be done, so I have to
But this is
submit
your own
before
file.
to do anything.
But that's just your own private file.
Yes, but it's not my computer.
But you have access. I mean, some.
I think it's fair to expect an administrator to keep up with
Of course, that's also true.
what happened in the last 10 years in
Mhm.
software.
And work
I don't want to put the mess.
I mean, this workaround of just copying the executable, that's not that easy. You'll have to also copy the right libraries and stuff
Is that
because
right?
that's significantly more difficult. It probably can still be done if it's roughly the same operating system version. Then you probably can copy. You just have to find the libraries. You copy them all in there. Actually, you set your LP library path and you somehow get it to work. But it's not.
Actually, I did this yesterday. I did this yesterday on some machine, and that you have to as long as you have the right architecture, you can just set the library path and your path.
So it can be done, but it's more work than it was with
I see.
CVS.
Good.
Right. So maybe as a last, I mean, to demonstrate that this move thing actually works, I can say move entropy end.f90.
Wow.
Oh,
Why was that?
well, I hadn't updated.
Ah.
So I should have put a comment, but.
And then and maybe.
So anyway, so if I now say log end.f90,
Yeah.
I have all the changes.
You
from
keep the
before.
history.
Yeah, I've got the whole entropy,
Yeah.
any history from
Yeah.
entity.
And if you do SEN blame, or praise, which is an alias for blame, I think blame makes more sense in most applications.
The same problem. Oh, okay, there it is.
Works. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the old history.
Yeah.
And how about doing a link?
Right, so let me first move end.f90 back.
But it didn't write it anywhere in the log because this
No.
was previously named something else.
Because you have to commit that change.
Well, but that's not information you. Yeah, I should have said rename to,
Yeah, okay.
and then it would be in the log. But otherwise, it's not really information you need all the time. Right? It's actually sort of gets in the way, probably.
Oops.
Maybe I think. What's going on?
Doing a lesson on the entropy. Maybe there's something existing there.
Yeah, I think I sort of did the move. Yeah, okay. So that's not under version control now. That's fine. I think maybe because I did the move command first before I updated, and they got it.
Oh, I see. Yes, exactly. And just remove
So okay, so this works now.
Yes. Yes.
So you would normally just like before you first had to CVS, you had to first remove the file, and then CVS remove it. You would first move it, and then SVN move it, right?
And then it's all yours.
Do we already get emails about this?
No.
No.
No, this will all be deleted.
Also the
Yeah,
CVS
sure.
email, don't worry about it.
What?
So
The CVS email, don't worry about it. I got a message and I commented something that CVS asking me something not found.
Wow.
Is it easy to add these email stuff?
yeah, that's standard. So there's the log message now renamed back to. Okay, so let's make a link then. So I say svn ln, I guess. It should be at end.f90. No.
So just the link first.
Maybe, yeah, okay. End should be at f90 end.f90.
And then CVS app maybe.
svn, yeah.
Yes.
End.f90.
Exactly. Interesting.
Add minus m.
All right.
That's the commit message.
That's wrong. Yes. CVS CI link.
Oh, sorry, yes. Right. And
Now you go to Douglas.
so end is a link as indicated by.
Can you show us on the pointer?
Yeah.
Oh, there, the color, yes.
Yes. And so if I now remove end and say CVS up, restore end, then end is still a pointer.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And then we'll go to, yes, of course, that's fine. Great. Okay then.
That's very nervous.
And now nobody can say that you're old-fashioned anymore. Wow.
Except for the use of the